Okay.
Not at all.
Can everybody see
Yeah. Yours is a lot thicker than mine.
that? Okay, how's yours looking, Andrea?
Should I add more? Still kind of thin.
Add a little more flour. Yes, add more flour.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Okay. Giovanna, am I saying your name correctly? Giovanna? Okay, so in a minute it's getting there, guys. Right now it's the color of walnuts. Let me show you.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, yours is nice and brown. Mine is still.
Okay.
A little more flour.
So while I'm waiting, oh, okay. That's a nice name, Giovanna.
That is pretty.
Does anybody have a question while I'm waiting for it to brown up a little bit more? Would like to ask a question?
I got one. I'm gonna type it.
Okay, how's it looking, Andrea? How's your roux looking? Can I see it?
It's still pretty light. Still kind of light. I don't know if I can get it. I can see it from here. No, I don't think I can. I have trouble getting the camera at that angle.
Yes, we do take the shells off the shrimp. Now,
Okay.
I don't think in Florida you would have any trouble finding the seafood stock. But if you did have trouble finding the seafood stock, you can get shrimp with the shells on, and then peel the shrimp and use the shells. Mix it, put the shells in water and make your own seafood stock. You could also do that. Okay, I think my roux is getting there. I'm going to go ahead and add my onion. Now, when you add the vegetables, it will stop the roux from going into recipes. But my problem is generally getting it to come out to what look good in terms of being very tasty. But I'm watching Alaiyo, so I'm learning a little bit today.
That's good. That's all right.
Yeah.
You can eat it when it's done.
Oh, thanks, Bev. I appreciate that. Okay, now, guys, it's time to add my seafood stock, and I have a 32-ounce carton here, but I'm using a smaller pot than I ordinarily would because my taller pot was so tall that you wouldn't have been able to see inside. So I'm going to be pouring in a little less of everything.
Okay.
Just to make sure you can see.
Thank you.
Okay. So, how are you doing, Andrea? How's it looking?
It's getting browner now. I've had to put a lot more flour. Maybe I measured the oil wrong. Is what I'm thinking. Anyway, it's good. Get a little brown, and I'll throw the.
All right. So I'm adding. Okay, I'm going to save this and maybe put a bit in because I don't want to put the shrimp and crab in and not have room for anything else. All right, so I'm going to go around. If you're noticing, I'm going around the sides of the pan to scrape any remaining roux into the mixture.
Okay.
Okay.
In New Orleans right now?
I'm going to let okay. Let me check. Any questions? Ricky says, notice how Andrea isn't showing her gumbo anymore.
Oh, it's like
Seafood stock. Yeah, Giovanna, seafood stock, they make their own.
Let me see. Let me see.
Okay, you can show the, show it, you can show it.
Is it getting,
And it's still not, it's
Brownie
still not
would
as
like
brown as
it.
yours, but that's okay,
Andrea?
I'll catch up.
turn your heat, I think you should turn your heat up a bit.
Hey, Alaiyo. Checking in.
Because it still looks a little beige.
Yeah.
I turned mine on. Okay, even though the pot says not to turn it past medium.
Yeah. Hey.
Okay. Can I answer questions for anyone at this?
Seafood stock, oh, okay. Alaiyo, are you in New Orleans or
I
are you somewhere else now?
Oh no, I live in Maryland now.
Oh, in Maryland.
Yes, we're in Maryland. But I'm from Mobile, Alabama. Hilda's from New Orleans. I grew up eating gumbo. Thank you, Giovanna.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, so let's look at how the gumbo's doing so far. Okay, so right now I have, I don't know if you can tell, but it's beginning to get a bit thick. You want it to be the consistency of heavy cream.
Okay.
Okay, so the next thing I'm going to put in, I'm going to open the tomatoes. Sorry to go off camera.
That's all right.
You have the can opener already.
Oh.
Right.
Got it.
I think it's. Okay, so I'm opening my can of tomatoes. Okay. Now I use the juice too, and this is something that, and these are whole tomatoes. See the basil? Yeah. I should probably take the basil out. So I'm putting in whole tomatoes, and then I like to crush them with my the spatula here, and it looks to me more
Wow, that's super good.
homespun. It looks more like you're using fresh tomatoes than the machine cut tomatoes. And Hilda said that, I believe that she never, in New Orleans, many people don't make it with tomatoes. But in other parts of the Gulf Coast, right, other parts of the Gulf Coast, I'm from Mobile, we use tomatoes in our
I've always
gumbo.
had dough too, but I haven't had that often.
Has anybody had gumbo before, like from a restaurant or anything?
Yeah, I have. I've been to New Orleans
Just,
times.
oh, okay. You've had the real deal then.
Yeah.
Giovanna asks, will the basil mess up the gumbo taste, or can you leave it in? That's a real good question. I'm trying to fish it out right now, Giovanna, because I don't know.
Yeah.
I recently became, I usually use real, actual tomatoes and chop them up, but I appreciate the sauce that comes in a can of tomatoes, and I found the best tomatoes that I could find. Taking the basil out, because it might freak somebody out. Right? It freaked me out until I realized it was basil. How come every time I open a can of this stuff, there's some leaf in it? All right, so let's take a look.
Okay.
All right, now, how is your gumbo looking? And is the
Mine's a lot redder than yours.
is your roux darker?
I have tomato
Okay, that's okay.
it's really red, because I have like tomatoes in puree.
Okay.
It's kind of red. But I think it'll be all right. Hope you guys can see it.
Okay, now, this is the big question. How many of you like okra? Well, let's just say how many do not like okra. So, okay, like, hate, or like, dislike. If you could type in, okay, Ricky's neutral. Okay, Giovanna, she doesn't like okra. Because, and that's very common. Beverly likes it. Andrea thinks it's okay. Jill likes it. So, this is common with gumbo, and I just really found this out from Hilda a few minutes ago. My parents always use this gumbo filet, but I thought it was for flavor more than anything else, but it's also a thickener. So if you don't like the taste or the texture of okra, just get the gumbo filet and not substitute, because I use both. And that's the other thing Hilda mentioned, that in New Orleans, some people use either or. Okay, but I will be using it, and I will be using okra. So, Hilda, would you please get the okra? It's time for the okra. And I'm using frozen. Why? Why am I using okra? She knows. She knows why I'm not using okra. Giovanna is a master gardener, and I appreciate that she asked us. Yes, Beverly, the okra thickens. See, I want to cover all my bases. I put the filet in, I put the okra in, I want to put the roux in. I want to make sure my gumbo gets thick. So I put them all in. But, if you don't like okra, don't put okra. Okay, I have a little bit of a rolling boil right now. So I'm going to turn my heat down a bit. I'm going to put 2/3 of the bag in, because I said 10 ounces and I couldn't find a 10-ounce box. So I'm putting in 2/3 of a 16-ounce bag.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's beginning. Let me get
You can see, Mom. You see how thick mine is? Super thick.
let's see.
Can you see
Oh,
it?
that looks gorgeous. That looks gorgeous. Yes, it looks good.
Okay. I didn't know if I need to add water.
That looks good. Okay, do you have seafood stock, or are you using water?
I had a little vegetable stock. It has seafood stock.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, that would be all right.
Have you put in your vegetables yet? Oh, you put the garlic in?
Not the garlic.
Oh, great. Ricky, thanks for reminding me I can make this full screen. Oh my God, what did I do? I'm scared. Do I click her screen? Oh, I see. Okay, I have a big, hi. Like your hair.
Thanks.
Let me see.
I don't think it. See, it's pretty thick. It's like real thick. It's not soupy at all. It's
Yeah.
super thick.
So have you put your stock in yet? You put your stock in, Andrea? You have?
Yes. But I put a cup.
Well, I used, I have a 32-ounce box, and I put most of it in. I put about 28 ounces in. All right, let's see if anybody else. Okay, and thanks for that tip, Ricky. It was helpful to see that. Okay, let's take a look. All right, so far, we don't have the seafood in yet.
Okay.
We don't have the seafood in yet, but already it's getting thick because of our okra and our roux. Okay, so next. Okay.